Wow. Welcome, friends. My name is Stalin Acosta. I'm a member of the My Global Tours traveling group, previously known as My Virtual Tour. We're like changing names, but the same journey. I have my friends here. I have my beautiful wife, Vielka Acosta, with her shirt, New York Rocks. Hi, baby. Say hi. Say hi to the people here. We have tours at the Met in New York City. So if you're ever in New York and you need a tour guy, we have friends there. I have my dear friend Jose Fernando Costabile. We have been friends for a long, 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 long time when we used to live in New York. Jose serves as a commuter in Warwick, Bethel, and he's also a licensed New York City tour guide and also a Met tour guide. Last but not least, is the European expert, Josue de Andres Lopez. He currently lives in Spain, serves in the Hospital Liaison Committee, and he's also a tour guide at the Museum of El Prado in Madrid, Spain. So we are your tour guides. There's nobody else, no intermediary. Whatever you need, you talk to us and we will answer your questions in the best way that we can. We have some people here that have traveled with us in the past, and I'm not going to put them in the spot, but if they want to say something about their past experience with us, they're welcome to do so. If not, we can jump directly into the trip. I'm going to give them the opportunity to say something if they want. They know who they are.
We went with Stalin and Acosta and Jose and Josue to Spain last year. And don't go to sleep because he'll say wakey, wakey when you go to sleep on the bus. But we really enjoyed that trip, and all our friends in Hawaii know about that tour now. So we hope some of them can join us in the future.
Indeed, indeed. And baby, I believe about half of the group, or more than half of the group, have actually traveled with us, and that's going to go on this trip. So it's going to be fantastic, not only for the people who have traveled before, but also for the new one, because you guys are welcome as part of our family. And that means that the trip, it's not going to feel as odd as when you travel with other people. It's going to feel like you're being here before, and that helps the whole experience. Fernando, Josue,
Yeah.
any?
No, just for you to know, we're a few now, but we're gonna be around 40 people in the trip. So this is a preliminary meeting, and when we get closer to the trip, we're gonna have another meeting. Okay, so we're gonna go over a few things, but just to have an idea the size of the group.
Thank you, Jose, for bringing that point. Actually, in this meeting, we have people who are interested in the trip. They have downloaded the brochure, they have sent emails to the office, and they're here because they wanted to see if this is something that they want to do. So welcome, friends, and I hope that the presentation today will answer some of your questions. Well, without further ado, does anybody have any questions? Nope. All right, so let me share my screen. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share with you some preliminary information about the trip. It's, as you probably already know, it's 11 nights from September 1st to September the 12th. We're going to be visiting the most interesting cities of 3 countries, Germany, the Czech Republic, and Poland, and you can see some of the names there. And our first stop is the city of Berlin. All right. And what is going to happen when you get there? You're going to see a bunch of happy people waiting for you at the airport. So if this is your first time traveling, do not worry. The first face you're going to see when you come out of the airport are the faces or one of us. We're going to have a banner, and we're going to make you feel at home, at least for the next 11 days. If anybody have any questions, feel free to stop me at any time. This is a very informal way to go over this. Okay?
I think someone has a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to be arriving the day before at the airport, the 30th. I can't remember the time at the top of my head. You'll be there?
Fortunately,
The 31st, sorry, 31st.
Don't worry, don't worry. Jose Fernando, you are arriving a couple of days earlier. Is
Yes.
that
Yes, the idea is I'm going to be on the 30th, so I should be there on the 31st.
yes.
Okay, so you'll know who's arriving when and what time?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Cool.
Yeah, if for any issue, I mean, we cannot be there, or I don't know, what can happen is that your plane is delayed and you're coming like at 2 or 3 a.m. Then you're gonna have to go by yourself.
Oh, okay.
You know, because sometimes there's some stuff that happens, and but if it comes at time and then we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
So one
Okay.
of the things we do, Carla, we ask all the travelers to share their arriving time. That's what we ask for, the flight information. So we collect all that and we see which friends are coming about the same time. And then we either group them or we plan to be there during that time. Unless something changes, and that's what we ask the friends to keep us informed if anything changes as far as the layover, or if the plane is delayed or anything like that, so that we know and we can plan accordingly.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Another
Thank you.
Another thing that, Carla, you should know, there's going to be a group there from the 27th. So I don't know, we can convince them to go to the airport with us to welcome you. There'll be some friends already there. So you are in good hands regardless of what happened. Okay? Very.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Friends, we have we have carefully selected all the hotels where we're going to be at. All of them are 4 stars. We have reviewed the rating. You should expect the best of all the places where we're going to go. Okay? This is not our first rodeo. And what you see on the screen is the entire trip as it goes. We're going to spend 3 days, 3 nights in Berlin. And on the 4th day, we're going to be traveling to Prague and to other stops, as you have seen in the itinerary. We're going to be traveling using a bus, a comfortable coach bus with air conditioning, USB, Wi-Fi, and all the jazz that you're expected when you're doing this traveling. As you could expect from all of our tours, is that every place we go, we're going to have either a local tour guide or we're going to have one of our brothers giving us the tour. And that's exactly what we have done in Germany. He couldn't join today. His name is Thomas, and we can send that information to you after the meeting, but he will be the tour guide for the next 3 days in Berlin. And what you are expected to see, it's definitely going to enrich the history of what we know about Jehovah's Witnesses in Berlin. And Jose, I don't know if you want to add any of the things. Jose have been working with Tomas as to what exactly show the friends during those 3 days.
Well, we're gonna do one of the concentration camps. We're gonna do Sachsenhausen, and also we're gonna do the Death March, but in a positive way. I've been in concentration camp before and can be a downer if you don't do it the right way. But when you do it the right way, we're gonna see prophecies fulfilled there. Things that happen, it's pretty amazing. So we're gonna be encouraged after visiting all these places in a way that probably you never seen it before. But it's pretty amazing to see how everything that happened there influences everything that happens today to a way that is pretty wonderful.
Jose, should I give them a preview of what about to happen there?
Just a little bit, not too much.
Not too much. Not too much. Okay. As Jose already mentioned, yes, the places we're going to visit, it can be a downturn for the nature of the history. But the fact that we will know how Jehovah helped the friends during that time, and for us to take part of that experience is definitely something that is going to strengthen our faith. Imagine singing that song that originated there, learning the history of the composer, and actually sing it in the same place where he originally created that song, definitely are going to give us the goosebumps. And just to give you a little preview about the Death March, yes, you're going to be riding in a comfortable bus, but we're going to invite some of the friends to actually walk through the area where our brothers actually walked. And we hope to be encouraging for all. And the fantastic story, because yeah, you hear about the Death March, but you also have to think about the outcome and the modern day miracle that Jehovah did for those brothers. Okay? All right. Jose, I didn't spill any more beans, right?
No,
So
that's
don't be
fine.
scared. Don't be
Just a little
scared.
bit of it. Yeah.
I was just gonna say it's a 7 mile, trail. However, we're not gonna walk the 7 mile, but we're gonna walk a stretch that you see and then go to the end where they actually end it. And we'll have the bus to assist us for those who cannot walk that much. So there's gonna be, both experiences.
Indeed, indeed. And to top it all, we also have a tour about food and beer.
Nice.
It's not all history. I mean, we're gonna take your palates off on a journey, and we have planned every step of the way. We're double checking every restaurant,
That looks
their
good.
menu for the friends to have a fantastic time. And for those
And
of you,
just a detail, it's not gonna be all just German food. We're gonna have other foods too, but depends on the country is the food we're gonna have, but we're gonna have some variety too.
yes, we have learned our lesson with Spain. We want to give the friend a variety of choices. Well, that takes away Germany. Now we're gonna go to the Czech Republic. Again, lots of history here. Lots of history here, beautiful places, local tour guide, food. Jose, should I talk about the dancing party or not? Not today?
No. That's
Okay.
that's when
Okay.
we get there.
Okay. Anyway,
Does that you have to bring a dress?
Yes.
yes.
Because you're gonna need a dress for some places that we're gonna go, and also we're gonna go to Bethel in Poland. So we're gonna need
Okay.
yeah.
Good
Yeah.
question, Carla. Good question. And friends, we also allow you to rest. There's a resting day where you can go to the meeting in person, or you can go to the meeting via Zoom. Well, thank you, Carla, for asking that question. I looked at my wife and said, "Baby, do we have to bring a dress?" And the only meeting attire is when we go to Bethel, or if we go to the local.
But on Sunday, there is gonna be one Sunday that you're gonna have the option to go to the meeting also, if you want to. If you want to, you can go to the meeting, or you can go to, or you can rest. But that day also, you might wanna, put a tie on it. Well, we don't need a tie anymore. You can go, you can use pants. So yeah, you're fine. But for Bethel, we remember that it would be great to
Yeah.
go, like to a convention.
Yes, yes. Or like if you have an assignment, a dress and ties for the brother. But whatever the case is, we have a fantastic tour. Our previous customers will tell you that every day will be jam-packed with activities, with many optionals for you guys to choose from to stay. Somebody said something? For example, we were in Spain and we wanted to take the friends to the El Prado Museum, but we gave them the choice. Do you want to jump on the city bus tour, or do you want to go to the museum? Half of the friends went to the museum with us, and the other half took the city tour. That's the flexibility our trips will have. But trust me, it will be full.
I can remember to pack a dress.
Okay. All right. So these countries today, many of them have recognized Jehovah's Witnesses for what they did during the war. We're going to have the opportunity to meet some of the surviving families on the trip. And that's all I'm allowed to say. So
another thing to clarify, it's not going to be all about the concentration camps. We have 11 days, just 3 of the days is going to be one day concentration camp, another one the Death March, and then another one in Auschwitz. So it's not gonna be every single day about that. We're gonna see other different things history, like the Cold War, how everything worked out, the spy games, how the organization worked through all that. So it's not just gonna be about the concentration camps, it's gonna be about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, Jose, for mentioning that. It's about what, 20%
Oh,
of
that's fascinating what you're seeing there.
you
It's
want
a
to talk about
salt,
it?
it's a salt mine in Krakow that we can go in, and we're gonna go all the way down. It's amazing. We're not gonna go down 327 meters, but we're gonna go down. You're gonna see, and they've done a salt statues there. It's a wonderful place. That's one of the things that we're gonna visit in Poland.
Yes, yes, indeed. And here are the salt statues that Jose is talking about. But one thing you can be sure is that wherever we go, there's going to be food and there's going to be music.
And I don't think Lot's wife is going to be there. So
Yeah. Oh, but the best part of the trip, out of many things that you guys will experience, is the visit to Bethel. And because Poland is so close to the Ukraine, you could imagine the activities that you friends are going to be experiencing when we visit that branch. Okay, so many of you have reviewed this. You got the brochure. Feel free if you have any questions. But there is something that we will like your help. And this meeting is recorded for those who were not able to attend, because we need to talk about something else. And I'm going to be sharing that right now, unless someone has a question. Stop sharing and share this. Okay. Why is it that to travel to Europe, you need travel insurance? And maybe my wife can talk a little more about that. Baby, why is it that we're asking the friends to get travel insurance?
well, most of all, we know that we experience unforeseen events. And one of the things that we require is that most of these operators, they have a schedule of cancellation. Once we send that payment to them, it's non-refundable. So we are on that time. It's only 2 months to go. But we have found that some of the friends think that they only cover once they are on the trip. They basically cover the day one they purchase the insurance. So if something is to happen to you or a family member before you go on the trip, you'll be covered and you won't lose your investment. And that's the whole thing about this, just making sure that you have that covered. And if something does happen to you while you're on the trip, you're also covered. As far as medical, they'll stabilize you in a hospital, they'll get you back into the US. Unfortunately, in the last trip that we had a friend that got sick on the way to Spain. When he got there, he was hospitalized. We were able to get in contact with the hospital liaison committee. They went there, they stabilized him, and then they found first class airfares to head back with a nurse and oxygen. So he didn't travel by himself. So all that happened because he was covered. So that's why it's part of the requirement for this trip to do that. So the sooner you get it, the better, because if something does happen before, you still covered, not necessarily the day of the trip. So we'll send you some links, or I think we've sent you that, but it could be any company you want. We're not tied to a company. We just send you to companies because we've dealt with those companies before. But at the end of the day, you can choose whichever company as long as you make sure you cover. In the case of other countries like Trinidad and in this case Australia, you need to get coverage from over there, from a travel agency there, because it's a different policy and a different type of coverage. So you can start finding which companies will be best for the countries that you live and purchase it from that country. And that's the difference from there in United States. But if you have any questions about that, please don't feel to send me an email, call us during the week, and I can help you and answer any questions. But the most important thing is to read what is actually covered, the reasons for cancellation. Just like any insurance policy, you need to read the fine prints and make sure that it's something that is covered and before you think that you are covered. So thank you so much for contributing to that. But we want to protect you. Right now, that part is out of our hands. So sorry, Alexa, stop. So that's out of our hands. Once you go into a cancellation schedule. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Vielka. I think you answered one misconception about travel insurance. It doesn't start when the trip starts. It starts when you buy it. How about another misconception? Travel insurance is expensive. Can you give us an idea, Vielka, what will be the cost to cover a trip like ours with airfare?
Well, at the end of the day, when you add airfare, your investment is over close to $10,000. Could be for some. So if you spend $300, $400 to cover all that, is really nothing in comparison to what's covered. And it also has life insurance benefits. So if something happens, then you can actually have a beneficiary also take advantage of that, and they're not left on the open.
Thank you. Thank you. For those who live in Europe, does the European Union requires medical insurance before you travel to Europe? Is that true or false? Vielka.
They do part of the visa. We don't, as the United States, we don't file visa, but they expect you to have coverage when you go there, because they don't want us to become a burden for them as far as the medical coverage is concerned.
There you go. So we're going to send you all the information, friends, so that you can make a wise decision about travel insurance. But remember, this is not optional. This is actually required, and this is to protect your investment on the trip.
I'm sorry, Stalin. One thing that I asked the friends, sometimes they do have a very nice credit card that probably covers some of this coverage. So find out what you have before you actually go out there and purchase. You call your credit card, the one that used to travel. Hey, do I have coverage? How much coverage I have, and then you can make that decision. And then that's another way to save if you're already paying for credit card benefits some way.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Vielka, for bringing that up. Some people have credit cards that will cover their airfare. So maybe you don't need that much coverage from one place, and you can combine different plans as long as your trip is insured. Very good. This group has been very quiet. Any questions? And I know some people are just connecting. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
Not so far.
So far, okay. Okay. So we're gonna have another meeting. There's another
Lourdes.
Lourdes.
Hola.
Hi, Lourdes.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola, Lourdes.
Hola. Hola, ¿cómo están?
Bien.
Yeah.
Qué bueno.
Okay. Just for everybody to know, we're gonna have the tour in English and Spanish. We have some friends that speak Spanish. They also speak a little bit of English, so we're gonna do it in both languages. So English and Spanish.
And we have enough tour guides to divide the group so that you can enjoy. But you're gonna get the European flair of listening to different languages as you travel.
One of the questions, Stalin, so if somebody doesn't ask, is how much cash should I bring, or how's the weather like? How should I pack in terms of clothes? Because I know Carla asked about attire, at least one dress to go to the branch, but also that, so that might be something that they may want to hear about.
Well, we're traveling in the month of September, all right? Josué, en tu experiencia, ¿cómo es la temperatura en esa parte de Europa? Josué, based on your experience, how is the temperature in that part of Europe in the month of September?
Yeah, I think in September is a nice month to visit the central part of Europe. It's not going to be hot because the summer in that time is not strong, but still we are not in winter. So I think it's the best part of the year to visit
Central Europe.
Central Europe. I'm going to look for
the last time I
average
checked,
temperature.
it was 18 to 20 degrees. in
Okay,
range.
you are.
Yeah, it's like 65 to 70 for American
So
Fahrenheit. Oh.
I think you are not going to take with you a big abrigo coat, no? Maybe something
Light.
yeah, something light, and maybe also an umbrella because rain is probably is going to be with us some rainy day in that part of Europe. It's a good time to visit Europe. It's very I think it's going to be very green, the landscape and beautiful parts.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in Europe? Some of you, we are going to visit Germany. Laura and Kathy, is your first time in Europe?
No, I travel a lot,
Oh, great. Germany also.
but not Germany. I haven't been to Germany. These
Oh.
3 countries I haven't been to.
Oh, good. Good.
Leo.
I haven't been to Germany yet, but I know my friend Meg is dying. He wants to see me in person. He said he wants to offer me a beer.
Beer is a big
Nice.
deal in Germany.
Yes,
Mm.
the culture. That's why we have a tour.
We are going to have a beer tour in Berlin. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I never
One
heard of
night
it.
we go into different
Mm.
places. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I know Charmaine had a question on dress, other than the dress. If there's any dress code. Well, I know we do have a dress code as witnesses, but is there anything else that we need to know about?
Yes, comfortable shoes. We're gonna walk in a few places. So the more comfortable you are, the better. So there's not really a dress code for the trip, just for Bethel. But beside that, sneakers.
Comfortable
Or,
shoes.
yeah. Sometimes when we go, we always go to a place where there is some sort of a show. For example, in Spain, we went to the flamenco show. So some people like to dress up. So you can do that too and take something that to go to these places. We're in this case, we're gonna go to a place in Prague where they have a show. So yeah, maybe you don't have to go in a sneaker if you don't want to. So you can go a little more, a format, you can do it. So yeah, but it's all optional.
Okay, thanks.
Regarding cash, is euros. If you want to take euros, get them from your bank. That probably is going to be the best way to get the exchange. You can get anything in Europe too. Take your credit card also. And regarding the credit cards, when you are in, sorry.
No, it's just that their phone, their
Oh,
microphone.
okay. So when you're gonna pay in Europe, they're gonna ask you if you want to pay in your in dollars or you want to pay in the local currency or in your currency from your country. Always pay in the currency of the country you are in. It's always a better rate. So if you are in Berlin and you pay in euros, they ask you dollars or euros, you go for euros. And I think Prague also is going to be euros and Poland too, because they're both in the European Union. So yeah, go with that. Another thing. Make a copy of your credit card and have it in your email if you wanna. Just in case you lose it, you can call the bank and you can let them know. Okay. Also, make a copy of your passport and have it in something that you're gonna have access to. You don't want to lose your passport. Believe me, I have lost it. But if you lose it, it's better if you have a copy of it. It's easier than when you go to the embassy and you can have proof of your citizenship and anything else.
One thing, yeah, Poland is in the European Union, but they don't use the euros. They use their own coin. Is the zloty. So you want to pay something there, you can use your credit card and choose the option of paying a zloty, or you can change some money there in some place.
And when you're gonna pay, just pay in the local currency when you go with the credit card.
And another thing, just call your credit card company and see if they have any foreign fees. That way you save on that. Because if you don't have foreign fees, they waive that. It's cheaper on this change. So those are things that you can call ahead of time your credit card company and tell them that you're traveling, and they help you with that.
Bielka, I'm not taking any notes. Are all the things shared here tonight? Am I going to get a nice email with a nice checklist?
Yes, you are. So we're gonna send you a package, what is called a package, what we do of good practices, when you travel, so that you have something to look, to look at and check to make sure you take the best out of the trip, and you don't have any questions when regards to that. So you'll get that about 30 days before the trip, okay? Because we collect all your questions and then we put in a form of an answer, so that way, because sometimes you might not think about it, but others do. So we collect them and then we put them all together and we answer them for you.
Another thing that we're gonna send you, just to, if you want to do it, you don't have to do it, because we're gonna go all over when we are at the tour. But there is a few videos maybe that you want to see from the organization. There is a few things that you can read. For example, the 1974 yearbook is very nice, but you don't have to do it. And we're gonna do this trip also, and this is totally voluntary. You don't have to do it. But we have selected some experience and different situations that happened during the Nazi time and during the Cold War that you will read and you can explain to the group. So when we get closer to that time, you can, if you want to do it, you can be kind of assigned voluntarily something that you can talk about during the trip, because there are going to be moments when we're going to be traveling. We're going to be a few hours on the bus and we're going to go over a few things. So you're going to be able to participate in that too.
Are there prices for those that does the extracurricular activity?
A beer.
If you do it right, yes.
Very nice. Friends, we have...
Hold on.
Charles has a question.
Okay, Charles.
What are we doing in Dresden?
In Dresden, we're gonna do a city tour.
Okay.
We're gonna pass by Dresden on our way to Prague. So we're gonna stop in Dresden. We're gonna do the city tour.
Okay. But we're not staying overnight over there.
No.
Okay. Okay.
It's a good stop not to have that long trip all the way through, and then you can stretch your legs, do all the things. We do a city tour and then we continue.
And the organization is suing someone in Dresden, but you're gonna find out all that in the trip.
Bielka, the sisters are asking, are there any shopping on this trip?
This is important. I try to keep balance with these guys. We like to shop. There's always going to be an opportunity to get souvenirs and get things for the friends when you get back. So yes, there will be time for that.
What about souvenirs? I want the European flair. Leo, please.
I just have a question. Do we have? Can you use the money like? Do we have to use like American money or German money to pay for like the stuff like in Europe?
Do they accept dollars?
Like dollars?
Some places don't, for the most part, unless you're near an airport or by an airport. But most of in the cities, you have to use the local currency. And the good thing is that hotels do have exchange places where you can change near the hotels in banks, or you could do it at your bank, like Jose mentioned before.
Because I use a special card that that has like money inside. I don't know if the hotels will like afford like I just want to know if they do it for like dollars or bills, or they for like cards.
Talking about like
if it works like a credit card, probably they're gonna accept it. Yeah. They're not gonna care.
So they don't care if it's like change. They'll accept the card.
Yeah, if it works like a credit card, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. But I try to take Visa or MasterCard. There's sometimes there I don't know if you're talking about maybe
I'm talking about I have
Zelle or Venmo, those cards.
No, I think
no, I actually have a card like it's kind of like a McDonald's card, like it's like red if you saw it before. I have a card like that.
I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk it. Well, it's better for you to take a debit card if you don't have a credit card than taking something like that. Yeah. Just in case. You never know. But you be careful.
Right.
Eagerly raising her hand.
Are you talking about a travel money card, Leo?
I think he is talking
Because
That's what I'm talking about, yes.
I have a travel money card, and you can load up to X amount of currencies on it, and you can use that globally. If that's the same sort of thing, you just got to load whatever currency you're going to be using on it, and it works like a debit credit card. Yeah. And you can use that everywhere. I've used that before, if that's what you're talking about, and it's red, like the one I got is a Qantas one.
Okay.
We have another expert, Andrea.
Please, I'm not an expert.
You know something.
I have to apologize. I had convention today and I got in late. So I'm just only now joining the conversation. I think I heard someone say in Poland, you have to use the local currency. They don't use euro.
That's right.
Okay. So then if you travel with euro or US dollars, then you'd have to have it changed locally at a bank or cambio.
Probably.
Yeah, if they don't accept credit cards. If they accept credit cards, there's no problem. Yeah.
Credit card is the way to go. Charles?
Yeah, I've used my credit cards all over Europe. Never used cash even once even. The credit card will work all over the place here. As long as you have one with no foreign exchange fees, which we have, and we never take cash with us.
Yeah.
And just one detail. It's better for you if you take a credit card than a debit card. Why?
Yes.
If your credit card is stolen, it's easier to recover the money. If they go directly to your bank account, it's more complicated than when you try to recover the money. So if you can have a credit card instead of the debit card, it's better.
Okay.
Yes.
And from traveling, when we were in Spain last year, there were some areas where we really needed local cash. Let's say, for example, you want to buy a bottle of water or some fans on the street, and it costs 10 euro or 2 euro for a bottle of water. Then there was no facility for a credit card. So it is still necessary to have local currency to, if you want to buy something like that on the street, water or some small souvenir. I really don't like entrusting my card to just a street vendor who I don't know. Some of these people, they scam tourists all the time. So I'd be very hesitant to give somebody my card to swipe off $5 or $10, not knowing where it will end up.
Okay, that makes absolute sense. Something that Vielka and I have learned is that when you arrive at the airport, I don't know about Poland, when you arrive at the airport, you can buy euros, and when you're flying back, you can sell those euros back on the airport, and that is also an option. We're not saying don't have any cash, and we're not saying only have a credit card. We're saying you can have both. From my experience, the credit card are accepted, and it's not like America where you give a card to someone and they go into a room and they come back to us. Everything is just tap and go.
Yeah, the card is always on your hands.
Okay. Now the other thing is, what about I know Germany uses euro. What about the Czech Republic? Do they use euro?
They use the euro as well. The only country that doesn't use euro is Poland.
Okay. All righty.
Yeah, and regards to the travel card, I noticed that there are a few travel cards that people use. Just most of them do have a logo, whether MasterCard or Visa, and that's what allows these places to take it as a credit card. But it is like a credit card, the travel card. So you could use it, just check what logo it has. For the most part, it's either Visa or MasterCard, but I've seen MasterCard to be the most popular.
Okay, so I guess we have covered everything for this meeting. Yeah.
That's right.
Now, for people that haven't traveled with us, we're gonna create a WhatsApp chat that you should be in, because a lot of information is gonna go through the chat. Okay, so if you don't have WhatsApp, please get it. Okay, and then you provide to us all the information, and we're gonna create a group, so we're gonna all be connected.
Okay. The other thing is this meeting being recorded that I can watch it again?
Yes, you're being recorded for quality assurance and training purposes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Thank you, Brent.
and can I ask a question? How many do we have so far now on the tour? What's the number?
We're close to 40.
We're close to 40.
Yeah.
Okay. We're close to
38.
Yelka.
What's that, Andrea?
Vicky Finch, right? That means we're close to seeing you on Vielka.
Yes, we're in the range of 40 right now. So it's a nice group. So we're gonna have fun. There's gonna be a lot of good things for you guys.
That's 40 excluding the tour guys.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun.
It is indeed.
But I'm quite looking forward to it. So Jose, gonna be there, you and Josue?
Yes.
You're both gonna be there.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. My wife is going too.
Okay, so that's like
Yeah,
really
my
good.
wife is gonna join us. He's in the meeting now also, and but we're gonna have another meeting before the trip with everybody. So
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna see each other again.
Okay, that sounds good. And our old Spain experience chat is still going. You realize that?
It's still hot, like it was yesterday.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
This is friends forever. That's what I like about this, you know. So it's a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
And this trip is gonna be very special. We're gonna see things that are very, very encouraging, and there's so much about the history and what happened, and when you go through the places, the friends that were in everything that happened in history. You know, history doesn't mention us, but we were there all the time, to the point that we were a nightmare for these governments. So it's amazing. The history we're gonna see, the places we're gonna go, it's unbelievable. And the things that the organization did to keep the friends fed spiritually, it's unbelievable. And we're gonna connect all that to the present in a way that is gonna be beautiful.
Okay, great.
Leo, I noticed you raised your hand.
All I just wanted to say is that I'm interested into, you know, if I do get to see Europe, I want to, you know, read the all the brothers and sisters that were in that time, because I remember Tamek showed all the names and tags about the brothers and sisters. So we want to see that, and you know, make more notes. And when I get back to America, I want to visualize to them what I learned from the tours.
Excellent. If you have any questions, feel free to call the office, and one of our sisters will help you with your booking. Well, if there's nothing else to be shared, to be asked, we will schedule another meeting exactly 1 month, let's say first week of August, so that we can put the final information on the airport and all the other things.
And if you think of any other questions, please send them over so we could share it with everybody, okay?
And if you don't have travel insurance, please go ahead and get it, or call the office and we will help you to get it. It is a pleasure for us on behalf of My Global Tours to have you guys join this afternoon, and we hope to see you very soon. There you go.
We love you guys.
Thank you.
Take care. See you soon.
We love you too.
Adiós.
Bye.
Bye,
Wonderful
Lourdes.
Lourdes.
Bye.
Bye.